Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to class today. We are going to start laying down, but do me a favor and have at least one block where you can get to it, and probably your strap. We're gonna um, we're gonna do some stretching, and today we're gonna work. And once we get moving, we're gonna work on tree pose and balance. So feel free to put a little something under your head. Please don't make your spine go out of alignment by using one. And then come on down to your backs. And your legs can be straight or your knees can be bent, whichever feels better for you. And then maybe one hand at the lower belly and one hand at the upper belly. And just start here, see how your body is feeling, how your back body is feeling in particular. Start to take some nice diaphragmatic breaths right through the center line, expanding out through the diaphragm and the lungs. And start to soften the jaw and the belly. I've been playing a lot with the connections between the jaw, the breath, the belly, and how we hold this tension in our bodies, and how when we do certain things, we tend to hold the breath. So I've been really focusing on trying to release the breath, releasing tension in the jaw and all of that stuff. Sorry, I'm sitting on a ponytail and it doesn't feel good. Maybe notice one shoulder to the other and how they are reaching toward the floor. Feel the upper part of the belly expand out on the inhale and soften in on the inhale. Good. One more, two more here. And then if your knees are bent, go ahead and straighten the legs for just a moment here and take both hands to the front hip bones. They're the as its bones, anterior, superior, iliac spine. They're usually pretty palpable for everybody. And as you feel those, I'm just resting the palms of my hands on them. Just notice if the hips feel pretty level here, or does one feel higher than the other? Maybe shift a little bit. Does the spine feel in alignment and moving down the center in between both of these bones? Does one feel higher than the other? Just kind of notice. Feel free to wiggle. We're going to come back to this neutral pelvic line a number of times today. So I just want you to get a sense of it. And then take the hands around the top of the hips. It really is the top of the pelvis, as if you were going to put your hands on your hips to make a point, right? So, and then feel again, do they both feel pretty level? Or does one feel like it's hiked up a bit higher than the other? Not necessarily to change it or to say this is not right or is right, but just to notice in your body where your normal tendency is. And then bend the right knee, keep the hands where they are, bend the right knee, place the right foot on the floor, and see if you can level the hips out again. So when I bent the right knee, my right hip lifted closer to the ribs a little bit. See if you can level that out. The left leg is long, it's active, it's pressing toward the floor. Release the right arm, take it overhead, just a little baby stretch here. Nice deep breath. And then grab your strap. Take the strap in both of your hands, bring the right knee to your chest, hook your foot, and take the right foot up to the sky. So left leg is still straight. Ideally, the spine is neutral. If you're struggling to straighten the right leg, take it a little further away from you. So without bending the left knee, just take the right leg a little further away. That should help. And if it doesn't, if you still feel really jammed up, bend your left leg. But stretching the right hamstring, softening the shoulders, softening the belly and the breath, making sure you're not tensing through your jaw. Breathe. And then bend the right knee, keep it nice and centered and straighten. Go do that 4 more times. Warming up the hamstring, keeping the left leg really grounded if you can. Good. Got one more here. Hold it straight up. Grab the strap with your right hand. Take the left hand to that front hip bone again. Keep it grounded and only take the right leg out to the right as far as you can without lifting the left hip. And this is really tricky because I don't have to go far for that left hip to start lifting up or for my lower back to start doing funky things. So don't go very far. Really ground through that left hip, everybody. And then bend the knee with your right leg out to the side. Just bend it and level the hips again. I'm still pressing on that left hip. I'm now leveling out the hips so that I'm not skewed in any way. And I want you to just think a little bit about tree pose here, right? So the left leg is grounded as if we were standing. The right knee is out to the side. We are level with the hips, both hip points pointing up to the ceiling. Straighten the right leg out to the side and bring it all the way up. Bend the knee, just release that leg so that both legs are straight. And then check your hip points. Check the hips, the rounded top part of the hips. How does everything feel? I'm going to turn around just so I've got room for that leg to go out. And then keep the right leg where it is. Put the left foot just on the floor. Check hips, check front hip points. Just feel all of that. Engage the right leg so that it is active. Bend that knee into chest, right, or the left knee into chest. Take the leg up. Pause here and again notice, how does this feel in your body? Can you soften the belly and the jaw so that you are not restricting the breath? On Friday's class and Wednesday too, I think I was constantly saying keep space between the jaw muscles, right? Or between the jaw. So space between the teeth. So notice how this feels. You have a strap in each hand. And then bend the left knee and straighten it. And bend and just kind of notice, which way does your foot go? Which way does your knee go? 2 more, nice and slow, stretching it out. Maybe you notice one side is more stretchy than the other. And then hold the strap in your left hand. Your right hand goes to your right hip point. Slowly take the left leg out. Again, it is just not going to go very far. before we start to really lift, and it's a fine line for me of stretching the inner thigh and not lifting that right hip. Remember to breathe. And then bend the left knee right where it is, as long as it doesn't hurt, and level the hips again. So think again, tree pose, stretching all this out, trying to keep the hips pointing in the same direction, even as that knee goes out to the side. And then straighten the left leg out. Bring it all the way up to center. Bend that knee. Release your strap. Straighten both legs. Take both arms overhead. So both arms are overhead. If it hurts your shoulders, go wide or go to cactus. And then take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, allow the lower ribs to press down toward the belly button. Inhale, let the ribs lift. Exhale, soften the ribs down. It's almost as if you could try to get that back flat. One more time, lift. And exhale. Release your arms, bend your knees, grab your block. I'll do it on the left side just in case you have to see what I'm doing. Straighten the right leg. You're going to turn the left knee out to the left. Put the left foot on inner thigh or below the knee like you would in your tree pose. And then put the block under the knee or under the thigh so that when you put both hips or both hands on both hips, they feel level. Okay, so even if your block is a little too high, it does not have to be perfect. We're looking for a pretty level hip. Now, fire up the right leg as if you were standing on the floor. Feel the foot press into the thigh press into the foot, or if that foot's lower, feel that press, that tension. Take your hands to your heart. So again, I want you to picture you're standing on the floor, you're in tree pose, your head is in alignment, your spine is in alignment, your glutes are active, and your hips are level. And then release the hands and just take them overhead, again, as if you were in tree pose standing. Watch the over flaring of the ribs, right? So if you've really started to arch here, soften those ribs down. The hands can either be, thumbs can be touching the floor, or they could be hovering, whatever feels okay. Breathe, everybody. Fire up the legs, fire up the glutes. And release. Stay here for a moment. Just take the block out and allow the leg to soften down a little bit more if it will, because now it's got gravity. And notice how the right hip is starting to pop up off the floor. Good. Bring that in, straighten that leg, feel both legs, and then go to the other side. The block will be in your right hand, bend the right knee. Bring the foot to the inner thigh or inner calf muscle. Find your block and place it where it makes sense. One side chances are going to be different than the other, and then both hands go to those hip points to see if we can level it out for most of the way. Fire up the left leg, feel the glutes become active. Level out the ribs, right? So I just noticed I was curling a little over to the left. So just come back into a neutral spine. Breathe, take your hands to your heart and hold here. And feel everything starting to work. Feel the hips level. Notice your knee is nowhere near the floor, nor should it be. And then take the arms overhead as if we were standing. The foot is level. The legs are working. Big deep breath. And then release the hands. Take the block out and just allow the leg to relax, that right knee to relax. And you'll see the hip just skewed. And now we're no longer in the center. Bring the knee up, straighten the leg, shake everything out. Okay, bend both knees, bring those knees to your chest, roll the knees to one side, and come on up. I know that was a very long kind of explanation for a floor tree pose. So come to a seat, everyone. Sit in a way that makes sense for you. And once again, notice where your spine is. Is it rounding? Is it overarching? Does it feel pretty normal? Take your hands to your knees and draw the back of the head back a little bit and feel how that raises the chest without doing anything else. Thinking about posture and breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Interlace and press out, but don't round. Breathe, take the arms up. Exhale, let go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to heart. Interlace, press it out, stretch. Take the arms up and release. Good. We're going to add on, take it up. Exhale to heart. Interlace and press it out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Leave the palms face up. Release just your left hand to the floor. And then stretch that right arm, palm up. Yep, a little different here. And then take them both up. See if you can interlace. Second side, hand down, other palm is facing up. And take it up, interlace, and release all the way down. And shake that out, everybody. Inhale, reach up, last one. Exhale to heart, interlace and press. Take the arms up, leave the palms up, release one hand down. Good, you can always straighten the wrist once you're there. It's the opposite side wrist. And up, good, interlace, go the other way. Breathe. Press it up. Listen up. Interlace. I want you to twist everything to the right. Breathe and then let the hands come down. Roll the shoulders apart. Inhale the arms up. Interlace them again. Come to center. Go the other way. And release down. Open the shoulders. Find your breath. Inhale up, interlace. Come back to center. Take it all the way forward and release that. Shake that out. All right. So let's take the right leg. I'm mirroring here. Let's take the right leg straight. Grab your block. Take it underneath your right knee or your left knee, even if you don't need it. And then level out the hips. So normally, right, most people, whichever leg is extended, that hip is moving forward. I want you to draw that hip back. Feel free to sit up on a blanket or anything you need to help support your back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, halfway down, halfway. Take the fingertips to the floor, roll those shoulders. Press your foot into your thigh or into the inner calf, wherever you are. And breathe. And I want you to think of tree pose yet again, right? So this is obviously real funky. I don't think we would do this in tree pose if we were standing, but right leg super active. The hips are level. The ribs, shoulders are all pointing in the same direction. Lower belly tones just a little bit. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And notice, keeping that leg, the bent knee on a block the whole time. Good. Take the body up, leave that knee where it is. Bend the right knee. You can grab your foot, your shin, even behind the knee, right? So don't make this hard. Extending up, take the other arm up, active through both legs. Breathe. I like that option there, Betty. Like what you did with that. Good. Release the hands if you can. Now we're working quad. And lower down. Sit up really tall. And exhale, release. Straighten both legs, give them a good shake. Good. Same thing, other side. So bending your right, taking the block underneath. Now, I have my block here. You might need your block higher or higher. I should have said that on the other side. Make sure you are supported here fully. And then feel the hips. Where are your hips on this side? If I were to sit up against the wall, would both sides of the sacrum be pressing into the wall at the same and with the same energy? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold just halfway. Roll the shoulders back, press into the fingertips, try to keep the hips level. And then maybe notice where the shoulders, where my ribs, the lower belly tones in a bit. No holding the breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe space between the teeth, softening the muscles of the jaw. And breathe. And think of tree pose so that I'm mirroring here. Your left leg is active. The foot's pressing into the thigh or the calf muscle. The torso is really long. And then come on up. Bend that left leg. Grab your foot, your shin, or your behind the knee. And take the other arm up. Really lengthen through the spine if you can. That's it. And then release that leg. Whoo, and lower fully. Release the bent knee, straighten both. Give it a good shake. We're done with your block, so you can move that to the front of your mat. Flex your feet, lift up really tall, Dandasana. And breathe. One leg lifts. This is fully optional. Please don't do it if it hurts. Lift the opposite arm. Oh, breathe, everybody. And release. Shake that out. I know quads are going, what? I'm not warmed up. Roll the shoulders, Dandasana, lift the other leg, lift that opposite arm. Breathe, push down through the leg that's on the floor. And lower, shake that out. We're almost done with the seat. I want you to bend both knees. Just come out to Baddha Konasana at any level, and then take it up. Exhale it out. Inhale up. Exhale. Tree pose prep and down. Let's do two more. Squeeze them in, open them up. Last one. Squeeze, open, hold if you can. Either hold the ankles or the feet, but don't pull on anything. Even if you're up here, spine is neutral. Give me a little baby butterfly. And then just hold. Maybe close the eyes. What is the spine doing? What is the pelvis doing? I was going to say hips, but pelvis. Are your knees really high and that's normal for you? Are they closer to the floor and that's normal for you? Good. Open the eyes, hands to knees. Bring those babies together and release. All right, come on up, everyone. Maybe the blanket underneath your knees. Table pose. Couple little cats and cows here. Again, focus on not holding the breath and not tightening the jaw. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. Couple more here. Last one. And then if your knees allow, let's do some hip circles. So circling around, going in one direction back toward the hip side, front, and other side. Good. One more circle this direction. And then circle the other way. Oh, yeah. Just stretch out that spine, everybody. Stretch out your back. One more nice big circle here. And take it back to center. Press the right leg back and hold. Press the opposite arm out and hold. Breathe, balancing table, simple as that. Take that front arm, the left arm, reach it back, turn the palm up, and draw the shoulder back. Back meaning up toward the ceiling. Release the left arm, keep the right leg, bend the knee, and just press that knee out to the side, almost like a little hydrant pose, right? So drawing the knees up, you're going to feel how the hips skew here. If I raise my knee up a bunch, um, the hips are going to skew, and then start to drop the hip until the hips feel level, right? And so your knee's still bent, it's still out to the side, it's just not quite so lifted. And then release fully. Going to the left, take the left leg back, lift that left leg, take the right arm forward. Squeeze in through the belly, level out the hips. Take the front arm and bring it back behind you, palm is face up. Working with balance here. Lower that hand to the floor, bend your left knee and just take it out to the side. You can take it up as high as you want. Just tapping into that little bit of a skew of the hips. And then start to lower the pelvis, the left side, until you can feel level. And breathe. It's tricky, right? Where is actual level without worrying too much about the knee? And then release that fully. Good. You're back to table pose. Everybody step forward with the right leg. You can grab your blocks here if you'd like, taking your hands to your blocks. Stretch out through the back leg. Had an interesting question on Friday. How far back do you bring the back knee? And I would say that is completely up to you. Um, if you feel better, more at a 90 degree, that's beautiful. In fact, this is such a great pose that everybody go ahead and come into more of a 90. Take your hands to your knee, squeeze your back glute, tuck the pelvis a little bit, and feel way more of a quad stretch, for me anyway, than if I'm here. If I'm here, I feel more stretch way up high. If I'm here, I feel it more in the meat, in the belly of that muscle. So breathe, take the arms up, hold. Sorry, my calf muscle wants to cramp. Exhale, hands come back down to your blocks. Maybe you hold this one, maybe you hold that little bit deeper, but squeeze the back glute so that we keep the integrity of the hip. Good. Hold here, and only if you can and want, bend the back knee. So there's another way to stretch that. Release. We're almost done here. And switch sides. Left foot forward, right foot back. Start in the lunge of your choice. What feels good to you? Lower belly is toned, back glute is active. And then take your hands to your knees. Come on back a little bit so you're more 90 degrees, and then a nice tuck of the pelvis. Just to stretch that out. Whew. Inhale, you can take the arms up, stretch through the side body. You've got it. And exhale, release. Come back into a little deeper stretch. And then optional, bend the back knee. Just stretching again through the quad. Release. Good. Switch sides for me again. This time optional, back knee is up or down. Find that nice strong back leg. And once you're here, you've got your blocks. You can have them medium or high. Walk the blocks forward so that you're really, really long here. And then squeeze as if you were going to squeeze a block between the legs. Make sure your blocks are not going to slip in any way. Hold your left hand where it is. Take your right hand to your hip. So it's a weird little pose, right? We're working with core a little bit more here by having that arm extended out. And then take the right arm up if you want. Breathe. If you want, release both hands to your blocks. I know that's a long one. Bring those blocks back into their normal range. Take your hands to your knee. Whoo. Squeeze your back glutes. Take the arms up. You got it, everybody. Exhale, hands come down. Slowly lower that knee. You're going to switch sides. Last one here. Left foot's forward, right foot is back, knee is up or down. If you've got the knee up, squeeze that block between. Make sure the legs are active. Walk both blocks forward. Find your breath here. You can stay right here, or the left hand comes to the hip. Or the left arm goes up toward the ceiling. Press through your back leg, everybody. Keep it strong and active. Release that hand back down. Walk those blocks back to your foot. Take the hands to your knee. Lift your chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, the hands come down. Listen up. You're going to step over your blanket if it's there and step forward. Walk the blocks forward. Stay in your forward fold. Just a little shake of those hips. And then bend the knees. Hands come to your knees. Come on up all the way and move your blanket out of the way. We don't want the blanket there. You're going to need your strap in a minute, so make sure it's nearby. Grab one block, take it between the thighs. Squeeze. And feel once again, right? Where are the front hips? Where are those as-its bones? Where is the line of the pelvis? How does that feel as you squeeze your block? And then where are the ribs, the shoulders, hands down? This is just mountain pose, right? But maybe if you close your eyes, you can feel, are the hips skewing or are the shoulders skewing? And what does it feel like if I try to bring them to neutral? And then draw the back of the head back to help the chest lift. Low belly is toned. There's space between the teeth. That is much a reminder for me as you. Press into the fullness of the feet, especially the big toe mound. And then open the eyes, just lift one arm and get super tall on that side. Now, if I keep on lifting, right, the hips are going to start to skew a little bit. So maybe I bring it down so the hips feel like they're on that level plane again and lower the arm. Same thing, other side, lift super high. Come back to what feels like a neutral in your body and let go. Well done, everybody. Take that block out. Grab your strap. So you're going to take the strap down on the floor. If you have a buckle end, which is mine right there, you're going to have the buckle end on the outside of your foot. I've probably got an inch between the outside foot and the buckle. Not that that really matters. And you're pressing down on the strap with the ball mound. So I've got like that strap is underneath that foot. And then grab your strap with both hands in the middle and maybe be near a wall if you need to and hold it out, but then kind of tuck the elbows in. So I'm trying to pull this strap out from under my foot, not 100%, but, and then notice how the big toe mound wants to lift and press down, lift and press down. Press it down and hold. And notice. Now start to come into your mountain pose, right? Everything's lifted. And then just start to peel the left heel. So I'm not mirroring here, obviously. And see how that feels and what's happening. And am I leaning too much to the right? And then if you still feel good, and by the way, I found this is compliments of Betty, by the way. If I hold this strap out a little bit, like not close to chest, but out, it helps. This is some balance work. And I'm going to just see if I can pull up on the strap and lift the leg. Find your balance point, everybody. Right? This is really interesting to me. It's quite tricky. And lower down. Stay right here. Just let go of the arms. Shake it out. Good. We're going to do this one more time. So Betty, if you can, have it so your strap is coming through the middle. So yeah, instead of the other way. So Betty's had the strap coming up the outside, which I think is a little bit harder. So we're going to stay on this foot. We're going to hold the strap tight. Elbows stay down, shoulders stay down. We're going to start to press into the big toe mound. Lift the other leg again. And notice what's going on with that standing leg, right? Oh, yeah. My big toe wants to lift off that strap so much. I'm going to keep pressing it down. I'm going to keep trying to find balance. Squeeze that glute, everybody. And then only if you want, you're going to pull that strap up. Woo. Yep, stay with it and hold. I'm still pulling on this strap. I'm still trying to maintain balance. I'm wiggling like crazy. Y'all can see that. And lower down. And release. Switch sides, everyone. Take that buckle to the other side. Step on it with your ball mound. Make sure it's nice and solid. Both hands. I'm going to even switch hands because I had my right hand on top. I don't think it really matters, but I'm just going to switch hands just so they both get the work. And then I'm just going to pull and start by just pulling. And you can feel how that can really throw you off when we're not using the strap and we're wiggling and we're coming off that big toe mound, the inside part of the ball mound. And then find mountain pose. Maybe pull the strap away from you just a little bit. Start to peel the right foot before you lift it. Squeeze the heck out of the leg, the glute, and then just see if you can get that foot off the ground. Does not matter how many times you tap. By the way, one hand, one fingertip to a wall is perfect. Pull on the strap, hold, and release. And just let go of the arms. I find this really fascinating. This was not part of the class till this morning. Betty showed me something, and this is a variation of that. she's awesome. Like, oh, I like that. All right, same thing. Give that strap a little bit of a pull, maybe move it away from you just a little bit. So in Betty's variation, she's holding a stick, basically a PVC or a wooden dowel or something. She was doing that in her training class. So there you go. You can try that. All right, so you're pulling up, you're nice and tall, you're in mountain pose, right? And then start to shift into that ball mound, lift the other, find your still point. Whew. And then only if you want, start to slide arms overhead. Whew. And breathe. And release. Whew. Good. Come off the strap. Just simply take the either end of your strap and step on it with both feet. Good. You're roughly mountain or hips width apart. Your strap isn't tangled. It's pretty even on both sides. Wrap one hand around that strap and pull up on both sides. So shoulders are back. I've got my palms kind of facing forward, elbows are back. I'm pressing into both pretty strongly here. And I'm just going to sway a little bit side to side. Just feel that. Right? Again, as we play with the idea of balance and then come to neutral. You're going to keep one foot in. You're going to take one foot out. You can wrap it around the hand around again so it feels even. Press into the standing leg. Keep the hands down low. See if you can take the same leg out to the side. Ooh. Yep. I am wobbling all over this baby. So, but it's good, right? We get ankle strength. We get leg strength. We gain balance. Breathe. And release. Step your foot in. Come back to kind of a neutral with your strap, with all that stuff. And breathe. All right, same thing other side. Shoulders are back, head is back, chest is lifted. We're not holding our breath. Take that other side foot out, pause here. And if you need to, want to, just, I'm like, got to level out my strap. I don't know why. Good. And then only if you want, once you feel that balance, take the leg out to the side and hold and breathe. You can tap down, you can keep one toe down, right? Shoulders stay back, head stays back. Find your breath, everybody. Whoo! And let go. And set that strap aside. I just find it amazing. It's amazing. Come on back to your, we're going to take a break from balance. We are coming back to it. So blocks are up at the front of your mat. Mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Feel this nice forward fold. Low belly has some tone to it. Soften and step back with the right leg. Turn the back foot to the side position. Come into warrior two. All the way up. And breathe. And then take your front hand just to your front knee. Take your back hand to your back knee. Look at your front knee. Is it lining up? Is your foot pretty much straight? Is the knee lining up around that center line of the foot? Breathe. Notice that your hips are not square. They should not be. Good. And then draw the front ribs in. Take the arms out. Squeeze through the back body, the back glutes. Just a simple warrior two. Press through the back leg. Straighten the front leg. Take the front hand to the front leg. Come on down, triangle pose. You don't have to go low. You don't have to do anything but stretch. Release, come on up, bend that front knee, turn everything to the front. So the ribs, shoulders, everything starts to turn to the front. The hands come to your heart. Bend into your front leg, turn your back foot almost all the way straight. So now we're in a warrior one stance and pyramid. The hips relatively even, right? Up and down, forward and back. Don't force the forward back. That's going to be a function of this hip being able to roll back a little bit and take the arms up. Warrior one. Belly tones in. The head, chest move back. Breathe. Hands come to your heart. Careful here. Straighten the front leg. Start to bring the torso forward, but feel those hips. Keep them level. And the hands can come down to your leg or to your blocks. Blocks can be up super high. Where are you on the ball mound of your front foot? Where is the foot itself? What's going on with the hips? Can I level them out just a little bit? Breathe. Bend the front knee, everybody. Just walk the blocks forward to make your transition easier. Push off the back leg and come back to forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale all the way up. Exhale right to your heart. Shake that out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down you go. Blocks are in play where they should be for you. Soften the knees, step back left leg. Turn the back foot to the side position. Again, warrior two position. Hand to knee, come on up and breathe. And then take your front hand to your front thigh, take your back hand to your hip, and really look at the front leg, right? Because sometimes we don't even know where the knee is, where the hip is um, in these poses because we're worried or focusing on other things. So find that first, low belly tones in, the front ribs soften in, and take the arms out and breathe. Feel the back glute really active. Good. Front hand goes to front thigh. The front thigh straightens. And we come on down, mate. Just a soft triangle pose. You can use your blocks here. You can do lots of different things. Sometimes just having my hand resting on my shin is perfect. Bend the front knee. Come on up. Bring your hands to your heart. Turn your body forward. This is the hardest part. This transition is tricky. So you're going to lean forward, turn your back foot. So it's pointing more toward the front than the side, but not fully. Breathe. Inhale, reach the arms up, warrior one. Squeezing the back glute, more of the rib shoulders pointing forward, more of the front hip reaching back a little bit. Good. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten the front leg. Think about it. Start to lean forward. That front hip's got to stay back until you come into pyramid pose. Hands come to your blocks. They can come to the floor. I tend to feel that could be a little too low for most of us. Breathe. Keep playing with the idea of the pelvis moving level with each side. Press into the back leg. Good. Bend the front knee, everybody. Just walk the blocks forward so that this transition is not too hard. Step forward. Bend the knees. Come on up. Exhale to your heart. Shake that out. Good. Just shake out the legs. All right. So tree pose, right? We alluded to that, or I alluded to that several times. Feel free to be near a wall. Okay. So same thing that we did earlier. I want you to just pretend that you're standing on a strap. And then turn, I'll mirror here, turn the right leg or whichever leg you want to start with. Just turn it out to the side, but leave the toes and the ball mound on the floor. We know, right, to take that outer hip on that left side and squeeze it in, or the standing leg's hip. And if you can, find a focus point and just lift the foot off the floor. Don't even think about tree. You can tap down, tap up, down, up, and then put the toe on the floor and level out the hips. Right, so this is where we started class. Everybody, not everybody, a lot of people in tree pose, they think the knee has to go out, and so they skew the hips. Those front hip points, they're straight ahead. So put your fingers on those and feel them. And then make the standing leg super tall, super long. When you're ready, you're either going to bring the heel to the inner calf or lift the foot or come into what you would consider your normal tree pose. Hands stay at the hips. Keep them level. Lift the chest. If you're feeling pretty good, hands come to heart. We were here earlier. And breathe. Still good, the arms reach out. Embrace your wiggle safely. Breathe. Find your still point. Hands come back to heart. Go slow. And release. And shake it out. Right? So we don't have the strap giving us feedback, but we can feel those ankles. And super, super important to get those ankles strong for everything, right? For everything coming. All right. Same thing, other side. I always pick my stronger side first. So I should really start with the other side. End on a victory. No. All right. Hands are to your hips. Feel those hip points, everybody. Right. And just notice. It was a real interesting thing. I did a little workshop while I was not feeling good. And the teacher said that the eyes will always reset to what your nervous system says is normal, right? Or your body says is normal. So I could be like this, but somehow my eyes will reset or rewire so that this feels normal. It's such an interesting thing. It's how we get, how we walk through life. It's how we, our bodies stay in some kind of normal for us, even as we curve and round and all those things. So it may feel weird to be a little off center, or even for your hips to go, wait, this feels normal. This feels kind of weird, right? All right, there you go. Turn the foot out to the side. Standing leg, bring that hip in, squeeze the glute. Pause here, just feel that. Notice what's going on with the standing foot. And then just kind of lift lower, lift lower. Can the hips stay neutral? Can the hip point stay facing forward? I really don't care where my knee is pointed, not in tree pose. And breathe. Don't hold the jaw, don't hold the breath. And then pause here. And again, find your tree pose, whether it's low, high, or toe on the floor. Hands stay at the hips to start, if they can. Squeeze the back glute, make that leg standing leg tall. Hands come to, woo, left side's going, forget it. Hands come to heart. Don't watch me. If you're watching me on the screen, don't watch me. Whew, breathe. And up, arms up only if it makes sense. Squeeze the leg into the thigh, squeeze the glute, let go of the jaw and the belly. Find your focus, everybody. Hands come back to heart. And let go. Shake it out. Oh, goodness gracious. Always so much fun. Go ahead, shake it out. And then just step wide on your mat, go sideways and step wide and come into a nice forward fold. And breathe. Good. Soften the knees. Come on up. Roll the shoulders. And then either walk, I think it's going to be easier to walk forward. You're sideways on your mat. Walk forward, turn the toes out where it's comfortable so that each big toe is lined up on the edge. They're even Steven, right? They're not one forward, one back. And then just stand and squeeze. So now we're on the little baby tightrope, right? Little baby tightrope. We might really kind of compensate for normally. Take your hands to your hips and try to come into a squat, but don't move your toes. Don't move those big toes. Hands to thighs, press the knees out. Feels weird, doesn't it? I'm going to go wider, but I'm going to keep my toes pressing right at the edge of that mat because that feels better in my legs. Uh-huh. It's interesting, right? So press the knees out. You're holding onto your legs, so you've got support. My one toe keeps wanting to sneak back and breathe. And then only if you're okay here, big tuck of the pelvis, the chest will lift higher, the hands come to your heart. Notice if your toes have tried to move, arms out. Find your breath. I know this is a lot. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up And let go. Step it together. Did you all feel like you wanted to move a leg a little bit? One way or the other? No? Sure, fine. Face forward on your mat. We're almost done. I would recommend if you have any balance challenges to just be near wall. And then step forward with your left foot right at the center of your mat. So this is all about balance. And then step your right foot, your big toe right behind your heel. Squeeze your legs. There's the tightrope, right? Use the arms. Find your breath. Squeeze the legs. Keep the knees soft. If you're okay, arms up or one arm up, one arm touches the wall. Belly tones in, the head moves back. Not holding your breath, and you're not clenching your jaw. And then imagine you're squeezing a beach ball. So everything is squeezing into the middle. Breathe. Take your hands to your heart. Bend the knees, everybody. This one's going to be super tricky. Bend the knees. One, you're going to stay right here. Two, you're going to lift your back leg. So it's a weird little squat, but your foot's in the middle. So it's not where it normally is for your body. And release, just step down. Good, shake that out. Right, so normally we would be hips width and we would bend and we'd do this much more stable. But we just did this, which made it a lot trickier, at least for me. All right, same thing other side. You're in mounted pose. You're going to walk the right foot to the center. You're going to step your big left toe behind it. And you're going to see, is this side easier, this side harder? Try to keep everything else pointing forward. You can use the arms. The knees are soft. Try not to lock out the knees. Belly is toned in. The hips are pretty level. Hands come to heart. Find your breath. And then bend the knees a little bit. So it's kind of this weird little squat thing. And then when you're ready, you're going to see if you can just lift that back foot off the floor any amount. My knee is staying bent. I'm wiggling like crazy on my right foot. And release. And shake that out. We got one left and then we're done with all of this. Back of your mat. Betty knows this one. I think she showed me this one too. Near a wall if you feel like that would be a good idea. Try not to look at your feet. Heel toe. Left foot steps forward. You can use your arms. It's harder than normal. When you get to the very top of your mat, pause. This is where we were. And then go backwards. Oh, I know, right? What the heck? I think this is something we should do every day. I really do. To work on balance and proprioception and release. Well done, everybody. Come on back to your mat. Blocks are to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Oh, that feels good, right? Just stretch it out. Lift all your toes. Spread them out. And then lower the big toes only. Lift the big toes. See if you can lower the other toes. Keep the big toe lifted. Lift all of them and then lower them all. Bend the knees, step back right leg. You're back to a lunge. Leave the right hand where it is. Your back knee can be on the floor, by the way. Lift the left arm up. Just a nice little twist. Fire up the back leg. Smile. Lower that hand. Hold on to those blocks. Now, some of you just switch sides. Everybody else, press into the blocks and find a plank, pressing straight down on those blocks. Squeeze the belly. And then from here, step forward with the right leg. Little bit of space. Your left hand stays down, the right arm goes up, just coming into a twist. That arm releases. One more plank, everyone, if you've got it. Pressing back straight down with the blocks. Walk the feet together. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Woo. Child's pose, hero pose. Whatever feels good. And release. Go ahead and set your blocks aside. We're done with those. If you have a blanket and want, go ahead and lay the blanket on your mat. Mostly so that your hips are on a blanket. And then lay on one side. Both knees are bent 90 degrees. Either your arm is a pillow or one of your blocks is a pillow. That's it. Straighten the top leg straight out so it's level with your hip. Now, notice the hips. Let's square them. So the top hip for most of us has to roll back just a little bit. The top arm goes up and it goes overhead as long as it doesn't hurt anything. And breathe. You can lower both for more of a stretch, or you can keep them both somewhat lifted. Breathe. Good. Lower the hand to the floor. Listen up. We're either going to do that one more time or you're going to straighten both legs. So find a little balance. Again, the top and bottom hip should be stacked one right on top of the other. Take the top arm up and breathe. If you can, lift both feet off the floor. Woo. If nobody else is wiggling but me, I want to talk to you. Breathe. Lower the legs. Take the arm overhead. You're stacked completely on your side. And release. Good. For me, it's easiest to roll onto my belly. Maybe a little baby sphinx. And then roll to the other side. Same thing. Start with both knees bent, more of a 90-degree-ish. Take the top leg and just keep it somewhat level with the hip. Stack the hips. Take the upper arm up. Can take that upper arm overhead. Lower both limbs. It'll be a little more of a stretch. And then raise them back to level again. Soften the ribs in. I just realized I was really arching. Take the top hand to the floor. We're either going to do that a second time or straighten both legs. And see if you can get the legs off the floor. Take the top arm up. Here's where we get wiggly. Core work. Lower the legs, take the arm overhead, try to stay on your side. Notice if your head is really far forward. Breathe. And then release everybody, roll back onto your belly. Make a pillow for your head. Open up the legs a little bit and just relax. Good. Once you feel good, slowly make your way onto your back and let's find Shavasana. Take the ponytail out. Getting windy out here. Close the eyes. Straighten the legs. Maybe just a brief hands to hip points. How does that feel? Or to the rim of the pelvis. How does that feel? Does my body feel somewhat symmetrical on the mat? Don't force anything. Don't make something, move something just to try to be straighter, but just kind of observe. Ribs are soft, the breath is soft. Breathe. Space between the teeth, soft belly. Soften down, let go of thoughts. Just relax. Softer still. As you're ready, start to wiggle those toes, bending one knee and then the other, feet to the floor. Draw the knees to your chest. And then roll to one side. As you're ready, press all the way up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Bow to your own inner wisdom, your grace and strength. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Good.